Okay, case study number Fema 10. Fema case study number 10. See, there is one holding company in US. That US holding company has so many other branches. China they have, India they have liaison office only. They don't have even a branch or manufacturing unit. They have only liaison office. Then Afghanistan they have, Bangladesh they have, Sri Lanka they have. Now, the liaison office, what they can do? Liaison office, they should do only liaising activity. Liaising activity means communication activity. Like we have to spread the names of the holding company in Indian people. So our holding company is like, for example, on big colleges in abroad, they will have liaising office in India. Students just they have to connect with that company. That's all. Now, this liaising offices, this company wants to get converted into subsidiary. See, RBI says you can have a liaising office up to 2 years or sometimes 3 years. Branch office, if you open, it can be there for 5 years. Unless the permission will be given. RBI will give permission to operate a liaison office 2 years, maximum 3 years, and branch office 5 years. Here it is only liaising office. Here they have to maximum they can operate for a period of 2 years. Now they want to convert this as a subsidiary. RBI permission has to be obtained for converting a liaison office to subsidiary. Next, see they are of the opinion that RBI permission is not needed, but answer is you should take RBI permission. So, some incorporation expenses, they made some remittances. That abroad company, they made some remittances to India, and this amount has been given to the liaison office for incorporating this company. This amount, they have given the amount to the liaison office, and from that amount they spend the incorporation expenses. Strictly speaking, it is a capital account transaction. Okay, and you can ask me whether if it is like a automatic route FDI or approved route FDI. If it comes under, the business comes under automatic route, then it is automatic route FDI only. But what you should do, whenever you receive a money from abroad, within 30 days you should intimate the bank, and it should be like a bank has to give FIRC to you. Bank will tell, okay, for what purpose you have received this money, because this banker will talk to the remitting banker. Okay, in SWIFT code, SWIFT, there is one called SWIFT message. Otherwise they will talk, sir, for what purpose you have sent this money. They will tell this is for incorporating company application money, like that. Next, see what is the procedure. Within 30 days we have to get FIRC, and within 6 months we have to file FCGPR. Actually, allotment of the share has to be made within 60 days, because after section 42 and 62 in Companies Act, any company which receives the money from abroad, within 60 days you should make the allotment. And within 30 days of allotment has been made, you have to file FCGPR. There is a portal called FIRMS portal. So once you receive the money, you have to go to that FIRMS portal, and you have to get yourself registered in that portal. Okay, master data has to be filled, and you have to fill for what purpose you have received the money. Everything is to be filed online. Then the foreign company, okay, it's like a holding company, they purchase the property in India, okay, and they lease it to subsidiary. Whether a foreign company can purchase a property in India for commercial transaction, for a company purpose, yes, a foreign company can buy a property in India for a commercial purpose. If they do business in India, it can be leased to Indian subsidiary, but the maximum lease period, whenever a foreigner is buying a property and giving lease, maximum lease period is 5 years. Okay. Then some ad hoc amount has been sent by the holding company to subsidiary company for incorporating the subsidiary company. So ad hoc amount and all you can send, but proper returns has to be filed with RBI. Basically, if you give it as a loan, then you should get ECB, LRN, loan registration number. Instead, sir, initially you take it as a loan, but later you convert it into shares. Then it can come in CCD form, cumulative compulsory convertible debentures. You can, in that form you can take. Next, whether see, Indian subsidiary has made one export to German, and that export value say 10 crore, and total value of the turnover of Indian subsidiary is say 50 crore. This German company is not going to pay the amount. Okay, that means it's a bad debt almost. How much maximum bad debt can be written off? Bad debt can be written off small amount, but if it's going to be 5%, okay, no issue. Up to 5%, no issue. But if it's going to be little higher than 5%, you can go to the bank and ask them to give permission for writing off this. But if the bank feels it's to be referred to RBI, then they will be referring to RBI. Even for the delay in remittances, if we made any exports, if there is a delay in remittance, okay, repatriation, with 9 months, the maximum time to realize that money is 9 months. But in this question, the next paragraph, they told they have exported where they have a warehouse. So warehouse means it is 15 months. Then the company has given some cash to the Indian subsidiary has given some cash to the related company in abroad. See, you cannot take cash more than 25,000 Indian rupees. But there is a question mistake. There is a mistake in the question. They are told that 1 crore has been remitted abroad, like that they mentioned. Remittance, if it's done to AD category bank, and it can be dealt by even ODI, overseas direct investment. But in the answer, when they framed the question, they thought like no, cash has been taken, like that they thought. Maximum 20,000 Indian rupees only they can take. Yes, if an Indian travel abroad, maximum only 20,000 Indian rupees you can take. Next, sir, can I export steel? Can I export steel? Yes, no issue. You up to 1 crore, we can export steel. That is not an issue. Then, that is a confusion. This fifth question is a confusing question. Then, the Indian subsidiary is exported to Sri Lanka. Whether it is allowed? Yes, if Sri Lanka export is allowed. 15 months is the maximum repatriation day because they have a warehouse in Sri Lanka. Then, FCGPR has to be filed within 30 days from the date of allotment. Okay, allotment to be made as per the Companies Act within 60 days. So next 30 days you have to file FCGPR. So in your book they would have mentioned 6 months, but that is taken long back. Before Companies Act 2013, RBI told 6 months, but to harmonize with RBI, okay, Companies Act cannot increase their time limit, but RBI has to reduce their time limit. Because previous Companies Act 1956 it is 6 months, but this Companies Act told it is 60 days, beyond which you have to pay 15% interest, etc. Otherwise it will be treated as deposit. A DPT form has to be filed. Next, what is the next question? Indian subsidiary, they gave some commission to some agents in Bangladesh, correct? And they want to, the Bangladesh company, the Bangladesh people, they want commission to be received in advance. Can you give commission in advance? Okay, see, commission you can give, no issue. Commission if you give, it's called capital account transaction. Even that real estate we studied, no, when we give commission, maximum 5% or 25,000 USD, whichever is higher we would have studied. 5% of the inward remittance, like kind of. In this question, it's not that, it's something different. So you can give commission. Commission, for example, the tea, tobacco and all we studied, no. So commission you can give. So giving commission is not an issue, but it should be post the sales happened. But here they are saying, you give commission in advance and adjust whenever you have to pay in your books. Answer is, actually speaking, any advance if you give to any other person, it's called capital account transaction. And in the given question, they have told only 12.5% commission you can give. 12.5% of the turnover what you are getting from that company, you can give only that money as a commission. Then 8, question number 8. Whether a person of Indian origin, okay, whether a person of Indian origin, see, they may be in US, they may be in US, but that person is a Indian origin person. Whether the person of Indian origin whether they can buy a property in India. Okay. Yes, person of Indian origin can buy a property in India. Whether they can lease the property. Sir, what is person of Indian origin? He was in India, then he went to US or some other country. He got that passport, leaving this passport. Okay, that is called person of Indian origin. So yes, they can buy a property in India and they can even lease it to some Indian companies or anything like that. But maximum lease period is what? 5 years. Then, so whether if they are not person of Indian origin, whether they can buy properties in India. If you are doing some commercial transaction, it is allowed. Okay, if you are going to do business in India, no issue. You have to come through FDI route and you can buy a property. But sir, since because I am having money, for example, since because some person is having money in Africa, they want to buy some properties and some residential properties in India. That and all not allowed. Can you able to understand? For example, a Sri Lankan who is a Agadi enna solvanga? A refugee. Even though he is having money in his hand, he cannot buy property in India. But they Sri Lankan, if he start a company as per FDI norms and buying a property in the company's name for a commercial transaction, they are allowing it. Can you able to understand? This is the difference. Okay. So 5 years lease period. RBI permission. Maximum only as per capital account transaction rules, maximum only 5 years you can do lease. Then a person bought, an Indian resident, an Indian citizen bought a property in the name of his son who resides in US. Whether it is allowed? No issue. Okay, because it is not a Binami transaction, it is bought in the name of the son only. So son is a relative, so it's not a Binami transaction. But in this question, two things you should take note. One is whether it is in the authorized source of money. So father has bought from the authorized source of money. That is the first question. And the second question is whether the son is accepting, yes, it has been bought in my name. The son is denying in this case. The son is denying. So that is the question, whether there is a trace of a Binami here. But strictly speaking, if its son know that it is, yes, it is bought in the name of, so father is not any doing mischievous thing. And secondly, it is from the authorized source. Then there is no issue. Okay, so this is another case law.